What's up, folks? Super stoked because y'all are about to watch the first CropTalk video tour. We did this at Foodery Farms with Angela, Dawn, and the Farmhers at their operation. Great team, great story, great mission. Super stoked for y'all to see this. Until next time, start clean, stay clean.
So when we got here, it was kind of treed and gnarly. So this was Don's land. Don had a plan. Don's in the solar PV LED industry. Don owned this. He's purchased the next two properties. He's going to put his solar power LED factory in over there next to our space. So these lots are 200 by, or 50 by 200. And so this is actually where our family used to live, so you can see all the lots are the same here.
Yep.
And we find these lots are all over the United States, in brownfields or wastelands, or up in the Northeast they call them swamplands, because they're just, people can't live on them, and people don't really know what to do with them. And so what we thought was we would come into these areas, and we would rehab them into a Garden of Eden. So the goal is to have these really attractive fence, and on the outside of the place you have, products that are very likely on the inside, and people can, our neighbors often are like, well, what's that? We have mints and a whole variety of other things that we sell, lacinato kales and different types of red Russian kales, cilantro, borage. So the idea is to make it beautiful as well as enticing for the community. So you enter our facility. Primarily, our fun thing is that we do our sanitation. We do not, you cannot dig into the ground here.
Okay.
So you have to figure out a different arrangement for water and toilets.
Yep.
And so we've been using floaters. Pink pirate toilets is what we call them. And so the ladies are all primarily, it's pink. And when it first began, Don was like, no way. I was like, yeah, way.
That's good stuff.
So everything that you see here is reclaimed, reused. So if we received a pallet on our facility, we took it, tore it apart, and utilized it throughout our facility. Don has implemented some of his solar and LED stuff. So the lights, the solar fan, the lighting is all either solar powered, LED, and so forth. So we've been able to utilize his knowledge with, it's been a great marriage for us. So we went, and when Irma and Maria came, we were 1 month after there. We landed on the ground, and there were like containers everywhere. And so Don and I were talking, and our business partner's like, can you do something with these? So we were like, maybe. But what we also knew was our partners there were hungry. There was nothing, no traffic getting in. There were things in the waters that boats really couldn't get in unless they were really powerful. And so, food on the ground in 30 days is a pretty impressive thing. So we decided that we were going to build this prototype using containers. That is not the way we normally build, but it is what we're doing here, just so you could see kind of what you could do with this container. And we actually built that whole 30 by 40 there in like 30 days. We a crew of 4, 2 girls and 2 boys, and Don helping us like 4.5. And so when you go into the greenhouse, you'll see that we utilize the containers to our advantage. So we have a pack house on one side and our fish operation on the other, because as I'm a food safety person, and I do know that we can't really have our fish in close proximity to our plants. It's not really an appropriate way of farming. So the idea of the community involvement starts here. So people can come and they can sit. When we have farm parties, we have them about once a month.
Oh, nice.
The place gets loaded. We build us a bonfire. People sit there and roast marshmallows. It's kind of a nice night on the farm. So we've gone to try to really encourage people to come. So at all of our facilities, we feel like we're going to have to deal with dirt. So we brought in some really nice local organic soils. At the bottom of all these raised beds, we have they're capped. So we put in the ground covering as though they were, you were on top of a landfill,
Okay.
and you had to deal with that. So we've done the same thing here, and then put really deep dirt. So you'll notice 3 layers. So the landscape design here is, the idea is not only is this a farm that's producing a lot of food, but it's also food.
Yeah, so you've got 3 layers of
Planting. So
Yeah,
you see
okay.
strawberries,
Yep.
and then mustard greens, and then tomatoes. So 3 layers of planting and intentional, so that you can actually utilize your space efficiently.
Yeah.
And when you eat those tomatoes, you'll understand why. This tomato plant is actually, it's hideous looking, but it just won't stop living. Okay, Everglades wilds have run through the winter, and it's taken frost and freeze, and
Yeah. Wow. Here in Jackson.
yeah, we get freezing.
That-
So marigolds, complement.
Yeah.
And so we have marigolds that come along, and the strawberries on the lower layer.
Okay, so you're producing fertilizer with fish, and you're harvesting that solution, and you're pumping it out here to feed these beds. I like that a lot.
Yeah, so we do that here. So this is our answer to NFT. So we can actually put more vegetables in this setting here. So that 18-foot serpentine there actually produces a whole lot more plants. As you can see, those are chives and leeks there. And then we have some cabbages and some other stuff. I'm actually doing a research study right there if you're wondering what's going on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I have some in the bottom that's doing strict NFT, and I have a hybridized deep water culture to see what kind of plant progression, which is the better look, and so forth. So that's what's going on there. And we've had such crazy wind. That's why those poles are there, because we would come in and the trays would be
all
trash.
over the place.
One of the things that Angela did mention is in the beginning is when we built this, we built it as a teaching facility also. So you're going to see a lot of different types of growing methods, and that was intentional.
Very important.
Now that we've got it, the building site, we're going to go ahead and do the commercial site next door.
Yeah, so interesting in our push-pull hub, I've told you about the fact that we're trying to put 4 of these in Jacksonville and then a big hub, so a bigger greenhouse. And so, you're going to need nightshades, so you're going to need Dutch bucket or some sort of lay flats or whatever. So we've put Dutch bucket here, okay? So people can see. So as we're training, this is kind of our training center. So when our new farmers come, okay, your farm is going to be running deep water culture or Dutch bucket or this is how you run that. These are the obstacles, these are the issues, and that sort of.
So not only is this farm serving as the first production hub, but next it's going to be an educational resource not only for your team to expand, but the community.
Yes.
And so that's what is that, the triple threat, I guess you would call it. I know.
Triple bottom line, yeah. Yeah, doing well as you do good, doing good as you do well.
No, that's wonderful.
Yeah. So as you walk on here, a couple things. So you could probably note there, people who are the soil farmers and who will watch this will be like, whoa, she doesn't have enough soil there. They're totally right. It's intentional. We were trying to see if we could actually superdose with our materials to see if we would be able to get growth. We're getting growth. It isn't optimal. And we actually have worked with the soil scientists to bring in some really great compost and so forth. So we have an oregano, parsley, mint, so forth. They've been on harvest right now. But the other fun thing is the celery. So we run celery for like 3 seasons of the year. And people traditionally don't know what to do with our celery because it is so powerful. Most people don't really know what celery tastes like.
Oh, it's. I think I can only imagine what that tastes like.
Yeah. We have oregano, and just as in the normal method, so we're just letting things grow.
You're looking good, strawberry.
Yep, and strawberries, strawberries and strawberries and strawberries. So it's just we've been trying different ones because we figure that one house will need to do full of strawberries. People want opportunities to have, fresh fruits, not only vegetables but fresh fruits. So we wanted to see, really train our folks in how could they do strawberries. But the other thing is can it take the heat? Okay, so in our Caribbean countries that we work with, what can we do to make sure these grow year round? So our marigolds will start coming along real soon, and they act as kind of our barrier for pests. So you can smell it.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful.
So starting on the bug season,
Yep.
we start in with bergamot and marigolds in this bed, and every day we tip them, do like this, and then the smell. So we try to reduce the amount of pests that we have.
Not only are you're deterring them from being around, but also marigolds are trapping certain insects on them and not allowing them to be on the chart. I like that a lot. Integrated pest management.
It's IPM, that's right.
Absolutely.
So it's IPM in a different way. Each of us will cover our food. So for the season, we wanted to see what other products we could grow. So we as well have broccoli that'll come out, and you can see. So in a facility like this, in a community that's not really eating certain vegetables, we have to slowly ramp into it.
Okay.
So the ramp in has to do with, using stuff like broccoli. Most of the people don't know that we waste the majority of broccoli and cauliflower plants, and we only eat like 40% of it.
The head.
And the head only, right? And you have all these amazing leaves. And this age with juicing everything, I'm always like, why don't you take the leaves? They have amazing, nutrients as well. So it's trying to teach your community how to eat in a different way.
So you start with things that maybe they've been used to, or that it's kind of like a staple of a lot of people's vegetable or fruit diet, and you give them new, interesting flavors within that profile and say, hey, I also have this, you should try this, and kind of, quote unquote, slip it in, I guess.
Right.
And really start to expand their palate.
That's right. That's right. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here. Now, you may wonder why I have these towers here. Everyone likes to talk about towers, but everyone wants to talk about the vertical. My thing was, it works, but does it work with fish poop?
And
Yes,
it does. It does.
As you can see, so these will actually become single crop towers.
Okay.
And you can see my celery, we're actually taking these celeries to Miami. And we're taking the celery root.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't think about celery root. That's normally a northern winter type of thing, celery root. And so we'll take celery root with us and cook with it down in South Florida. And so we have dill and borage. You've had borage, right?
I haven't had borage.
Okay, this is an amazing. Okay. You eat it. It's nice. Sweet cucumber.
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
That is great. How long has it been working for?
This has been since we began. I mean, Don actually, these were at his house, and Don thought this was a way of the future, and so he did them in his house, and then he brought them here, and so we were just like, okay, we'll try fish emulsion for them, and so it works, and it works really well, as you can see. This isn't something we would do. This is no push at future growing or future towers.
No.
They're a little expensive comparatively, and so the cost for this is
on a mass scale. If you want to produce, it's much more efficient to be in Dutch buckets or in a float raft system.
totally right. And so for to really think about
Not only the cost for the system itself, but the power of the systems, because each one of these has their own pumps. So you've got a massive amount of power that you use in all of it.
How many members of the farm take part in like daily farming activities? How many people have to be on the farm to take care of all of this?
yeah, that's the cool part.
2 people.
And in our new facility, there will be 3 times the size. So what we did here was posting cable shade. Somewhat hoop house controlled environment. So below the 40th parallel, we build hoops. Above, we build golf carts.
Okay.
Okay. Glass house or a double
Double pane.
Double pane.
Poly.
Poly. Yeah. So we build our facilities for the environment.
Okay.
So we also build them for when you dig down below our facilities, you can actually see barriers for animal intrusion and so forth. You probably noticed that this is outdoors, and we have this high quality landscape mat. So all of our facilities are intentionally built for the purpose of maintaining food security, food safety, and for the ease of work for our employees. Because, you know, if you have to keep, for instance, if we covered our whole area here in a deep water culture, like many people do, the access of the vegetables in a multiculture. If I'm in a polyculture, it's one thing because I can fertigate, I can do all kinds of things from the rafters. If I see it, I can say, okay, I can do an IPM there. But when you're doing a multiculture, you have to really assess and access your plants. So we do these beds that are a little bit different than you may say to me, Angela, you're not utilizing all of your space. I'm utilizing it as well as I can considering I'm growing multiple products.
Yeah.
If I was growing just one product, I could cover it, and then I could, you know, the IPM would be easier.
Monoculture makes a big difference.
That's right.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Well, and you need the space to be able to take care of it. I think what it comes down to is you have to farm the most efficient and cost-effective way for your group and for this area. And I think that there's a lot of ways to skin the cat when it comes to hydroponics and farming, but you've kind of shown that you can do it all, and you're finding out what works best for each region and what's most profitable for the farm, but more so profitable for the community.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. You know, people can walk through here. If I had a one bed, and then you have we're outside.
The shade is something very interesting to me because, you know, as a grower myself, you often think, oh well, yeah, I'm gonna have to put it in a greenhouse. I'm gonna have to do this. I think that there's a lot more opportunity to have these types of production environments, especially to lower the barrier to injury, right? Like that can get you going and producing food in a community way quicker than building a big structure and getting building permits and things like that.
Yeah, barrier to entry is one of the things that we noticed. So Don and I, as we were progressing in this, we wanted people to join our team. We're not looking, you know, people don't always want to invent. So, you know, one of the things that he and I talked about was we've invented something that's really pretty good, and it works. It works year round. And so, why do people need to reinvent that if they just want to be a farmer? You know, if I go and talk to my farmers that are right down the road, dirt farming, they farm a few changes the way that their dad farmed. Okay, that's a kind of a farmer thing. Most people don't get. We evolve, and we're evolving. Our farms, we evolve relatively quick for farming. Okay, and that's the thing that I think the tech folks haven't really gotten a handle on is that we're not adopters. And the reason we're not adopters is that we want to see it working. I'll never forget when I started the Trader Services. Okay. And then I was invited to the Friday coffee, so I knew that they had a little credibility. So farmers really don't just believe because you have this thing in textbooks and it's really sexy and you have a lot of money. They don't really care. Okay, and that's the thing that the tech groups, they've invented a lot of cool things, and farmers haven't been maybe so eager to grab.
Oh yeah.
And so tech things and farming has kind of, unless it was done by a farmer group. Okay. And so, you know, what we're trying to do here is to show all of our farmer groups that join us. We're looking to expand this all over the country. The Foodery Farm's brand. All you do is come and work, and we'll try to help you get the land. We'll get you, you know, situated. If you have the money, you know, we'll build it and we'll help you with all the things that we know. If you don't have the money, come and work with us and work as we expand.
And it's a platform that can be used anywhere. Right. You don't have to have 100 acres of land to grow food and be successful.
You could be on an EPA, Superfund site. Yeah, that's amazing. And I think it's interesting that you went with that as the start because like where are you going to go from there? You can only get better in terms of there's only better land in terms of like quality of land. So you've done it on this anyone with your recipe and with your support can do this.
Yeah, and you see a lot of dilapidated buildings, a lot of areas within inner cities that people don't want to use the land because they don't want to build there for a variety of reasons. But if we bring something like this into a community where it's useful, cuts down on food miles, and and it uses that land in a positive way, then people might start using the land around us in a positive way. Well, one of the things that we wanted to do is to make sure that we had a community environment. We wanted to invite the community, because if you're going to be in a community, you got to be part of that community. You got to have those community people working here. You've got to have those community people, coming to your facility. So you want to kind of give a place for a meeting place again, because that's one of the biggest problems we have with communities anywhere now, is that we don't have meeting places where it's a nice environment where people can all come together, all walks of life, you just come together and enjoy it.
And so we are looking for people to join us who look different than me, look different than them, you, that are just able to rock it. So we're trying this, all of my fellow aquapons have put their tomatoes in clay pebbles.
Yep.
So we're doing some stuff that's a little different here. We're going to try out these buckets with this water below, a hydroponic method here. And so we've just pro-mixed it and are doing some stuff underneath.
Bark, peat, perlite.
Smack. So kales, we have broccolis in the deep water culture. We have rubbish and beets. Okay. So we're going to enter here. This is going to be your washroom. So we have basil, thyme, salad mix. In the back over there, we have an Asian stir-fry mix that one of our community partners just really. And so this is the, deep water culture modified thing that's only to us.
I just want to point something out. Are you comfortable in here right now?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Take a look at how hot it is.
Yeah, it says 100.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a beautiful thing.
yeah.
It doesn't feel like 100
That's
at all.
one of the nice things about deep water.
Yeah. That's the reason that we shoot deep water.
I mean, I walked in here, quite honestly, I saw that, and I thought it was broken. I mean, because it doesn't feel like that. I've stood in a lot of 100-degree greenhouses.
Well, here's a good,
Yeah.
warm, not
Really,
hot, but
it
warm.
gets 120 in here. This is how we do it. So we have our babies down here. There's 100 or so of them down there. Koi, goldfish, tilapia, and what's the other one, Don?
Cosmos.
Cosmos.
There's a cosmos in here. If you fell in there, he might have you.
It's huge.
He's probably about 16 to 18 inches.
Yeah.
Do you harvest any of the fish?
Yeah, we actually do. We harvest the fish. That's the interesting thing. If I was in a big farm, I would do tilapia.
Right.
But in this farm, we need to make money. So tilapia brings about $5 to $6. We're in a pretty deep secret environment here. So these fish bring like $25 to $50 a fish. So the financing portion of it seems logical. Right? So this is the only place where we pump water. Everything else is hydraulic head. So we use a hydraulic head to our advantage. And so it allows us to be able to not use a lot of energy. And soon we'll have on top of this facility, we will have solar and such in our new facility. We're actually building enough solar that we can power our facility, this facility, and some of the community.
Whoa.
And some of the community. I like that piece on the end, right? We can power this, that, and the community. I think that's a tagline for you guys in a way, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's our intention. We want to make this as less impact on the environment as we can. So if we can make take and use lands that nobody wants, grow food to produce for the community, power it by solar.
People.
Not only running this, but being able to generate back so that you can grid tie and use it for what you're not using to give back to the community.
So we were able to make our fertilizer here through a series of structured water. So the structured water on the bottom, from there it rises through mechanical filtration, biological, and then it makes a chemical fertilizer. So it's the components of all the things that the plants need. And what's really special about aquaponics is that you have a lot of the components of the things that are needed in the natural soils. But what we've developed here is actually water that actually does all of that. It has all the components and the bacteria and the fungi, all of that stuff that is in the normal soil kind of area. In the water. So as you can see here, we're able to get some pretty top-notch plants, and it's always like this. So we have high-quality products grown year-round in any environment, no matter where we are in the United States. So we have what we call soil water that's proprietary to us, and that we do whenever we build our next facilities. We take our soil water starts and build our next facility. So our facilities are able to kick faster. Okay, it's kind of like a sourdough bread start. So we've developed that, and it's special to us. So we have our soil water, is what we call it. It's our tagline, our kind of special water. And that soil water actually has everything you need to grow plants, as you can see.
Yeah, you can definitely tell they're appreciating it. A variety of growing techniques. You've set it up in a way that there's a lot of different ways that you're growing. Modified of deep water culture, Beto buckets, all these different things. But it's simple enough that two people can manage it, and that you could build something like this without having to break the bank, especially in a place that can't afford to break the bank.
So let's go over here and talk to the ladies.
Talk to Pickett. Can't remember her real name.
Pickett.
Kathy. Kathy.
I don't even know my name anymore.
So tell me more about the t-shirt, Gangster Gardener.
I'm a tank top girl, so my boss makes me wear this attire.
Yes, I do.
But when you wear
But
that,
on occasions, right?
Yeah.
But she's got pretty good, I guess, sayings that she comes up with and all kind of good stuff. So we're kind of happy about that.
yeah, being a farm her and a garden her. Would you guys like to see that replicated at other farms? Like
Definitely.
being able to go and say, hey, we want to bring women into the community and teach them how to run a business like this?
Most definitely.
Do you think it's something that a lot of women had the opportunity to do that, they'd be excited about? Or does it take a certain person?
It does take a certain person, but there are a lot of women out there that has just a general liking for this kind of work. It's rewarding.
Yep.
And its benefits. But I do believe it's got to be something that's within to really make it happen, because it is a hard job. It's a hot job. It's a dirty job. It's a stinky job at times. Saying. And some are just not meant for it. Some are the little home gardeners, a little soil here and there. But I have met some hard-working women in this industry. Women that has taught me a lot. I've always had that inner knack to do what I do, and it's brought me into different aspects and the wanting to learn aspect of it. So that's where I'm at with this. She's right there taught me a whole lot. So
Yeah, but you're going to be able to go out there and teach someone else. Both
And I have.
of you, right? You were taught at some point, and you went out there, and that's the important part, right? Is you say thanks, and then you go out there and do it for someone else.
right. And I think there's different things you learn from different people. I've learned different things from her that I've learned from Angela.
Yep.
And they've learned from me things that they weren't used to.
Right.
So we all bring different aspects to the table.
And especially if you have your ears open and you're willing to learn from other people,
Right.
No,
And the seasons vary. In the wintertime, you got to worry about freezes. Summertime, you got to worry about the heat drying out. I mean, so it's a constant. Even if you're not here doing what you love, it's still always with you.
right.
So,
What
and anybody with a knack to wanting to learn could take this in a career
You could
aspect
teach it.
or right.
So you've been here since the farm started. What was that like? Being here from the inception and seeing it grow to this.
It was a lot of hard work getting here.
Yeah, I'm sure. So how many people did it take to put this together? Four. all hands on deck, all 4 of you working. And is that so your story is that you worked with Angela before Foodery Farms, and so she saw something in you that you like to work hard, or you follow directions well. What is it, the personality? What do you think
I think
it is?
it's our personalities, because we work very well together, and where she's a brainiac, I'm more low-key, and so she calls me a translator.
I
So when
like
she
it.
starts talking, then I translate. When people don't understand, I
Yep.
translate.
that horticultural and business jargon into farmer,
Simple.
and hey, this is how we get this done.
Right.
Traveling here, what's the difference in the food situation, say there versus here? How hard is it to get fresh food where you live?
Very hard, I would think. I've lived there my whole life. No fruit side stands, no vegetable stands. Every now and then there's kind of a somewhat of a farmer's market starting to be more prevalent, but it's not there yet. It's still a rural community. Everybody has to go to the chain grocery stores to pick up any kind of fresh vegetables. Unless you grow your own. I grew up out there farming with my family.
I see.
So that was just something we've always done. So, but it's not the same as it used to be like that.
There's not as many farmers,
No.
and
No.
most people don't farm on their own anymore,
No.
so they're disconnected with their food.
It's hard when you have a two-family that, people that has to work.
Yeah.
And gardening is a full-time job to a degree. So to really be prevalent on producing,
Mhm.
yeah, it's not that way anymore.
Do you think? And what do you do mostly on the farm, or is it a bit of everything?
It's a bit of everything, because I do the seeding, do the planting inside, she does the planting outside.
Okay.
I do all the invoicing, I do all the tracking on the computer.
So you're in it all. What do
I
you?
don't make the deals.
No
But I
deal.
don't normally do interviews.
Well, hey, we're lucky. We're blessed. We're blessed. Thank you. What do you think? What do you think your favorite plant to grow out of all these? What is it?
Probably my salad mix.
The salad mix. Why the salad mix? Just because you like? Do you like the taste, or do you like growing it?
I like growing.
You like growing it. All the pretty colors and textures.
The tomato plants in the first bed as you go through. When I walked in this morning, I was like, wow, they've grown 6 inches since Friday.
What happened to them over the weekend? Yeah. No, I mean, and even like these tomato plants over here, I was really amazed when we came up. They're really healthy, and it's only April, and it's in Jacksonville. I mean, it's not like we're in southern Florida. I mean, obviously,
And those are actually from last year. They wintered.
I know that's amazing. It means there's some really good, healthy soil.
Best tomato you'll ever eat. They're delicious. So much flavor in that little old tomato.
Thank you.
See what you think.
That's the good stuff.
I'll probably eat my weight in them.
We can't sell them.
Well, we had about 20. Well, I don't have any more dollars worth of tomatoes out there. I love it. Thank you for spending time with us, and I'm glad that I'm one of the people you let interview you.
They probably told you this, but I have a few little expectations. And excellence is every day my expectation, and I expect that from everyone. So not everybody can work with me, okay? Because I don't let you just build something and, just do it, jump. I expect my building to be here long after I'm dead, and so I expect a 100-mile-an-hour hurricane to come through and us be the only thing growing and up, and so that's the expectation. I mean, when we build our facilities, we expect them to last a long time. So if you're going to build for sustainability, it's going to be a little bit costly, but it's also in the long run. You save on energy. It's like sustainability. You know, efficiency, 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 lean practice. I mean, the tools within what they need are all within their reach. You don't have to walk for them. That's an important piece.
Absolutely.
You know, the tools for the fish farm, you probably noticed were in the fish farm. Tools for the greenhouse are in the greenhouse. So, I mean, there's all sorts of manufacturing processes that we're putting in place here. Even in a small facility we're going, but the idea is to explode and build it everywhere. Well, you know, Allison at AgriList she got everybody to write in, you know, about how much. And I was amazed at $450 a square foot. Well, we're at 75 on the large end, you know. And so I was like, whoa, your ROI on that? He says, I mean, for every time you put $1 in us, you get $2 back. That's the way we view it. And that's a pretty good deal for an investor for 3 to 5 years of his money.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so the cooler. Okay, as I said, we built this so that we could sustain anywhere. We wanted to make sure that this could be just dropped anywhere, and if there wasn't any power, we'd be able to power it. The cooler system is powered by a solar-powered air conditioning system that we developed. This particular system right here will run on-grid or off-grid. Okay. And it also will run in conjunction with grid power. So it'll draw from the sun first, and then what it lacks from the sun, it'll pick up from the grid. Or we actually have one that'll run completely off of batteries and solar panels, so you don't have to have any type of grid power. The cooler itself are actually freezer panels to get the most thermal protection we can. And as you notice, it's inside this container, so it's off of the walls of the container. So this will maintain the coolness. And here we store for quality. Okay, so we don't have to take it down quite as cold as a refrigerator. We can take it down depending on the type of freon that we utilize in our system. We can take it down to even freezing in here if we needed to.
Yeah, so so what Don's talking about is that we cool for quality, not for safety, because we have all the biosecurity in place. So we don't cool to try to kill the bugs.
I see.
So we don't have bugs.
Right.
And so I mean we have bugs, but not the kind of bugs that
You cool for shelf life.
That's right.
Yes.
I see. No, that makes a lot of sense. And it's encouraging, because not having to cool for bugs is saying something about your product.
That's right.
But as you can see, the lighting in here is even LED, and the lighting is solar power. You see the little box on the wall right there?
It's got a remote control.
It has a system that solar panels are up on the roof, and the battery pack is right here. Charge controller is right here, and you can even charge your cell phone. Now, I don't know if Angela pointed out, but when we were walking in, if you can see the rain barrels, we do rainwater collection, so that we can utilize rainwater to help to water the plants.
An interesting thing. So that rainwater that gives about 2 psi.
Okay.
Okay. So you can't truly see it, but we buried the brown hose all the way down, and it comes up right there, and when it rains, it irrigates into our grow beds out here.
Now this building is utilizing a solar air conditioning system also. This one runs off of batteries, so it uses 134A refrigerant, and just like your car. So you can put this air conditioning system on a portable building and take it with you, and it takes about 3 solar panels and 4 batteries, and you're good to go. And it will freeze you out.
Yes, it will.
It'll get you that cold, huh?
Yes, it will. So let's go in here. This is our the tiny hall. It's our tiny office.
Yeah.
And so those are pallets on our walls.
Yeah, it's very expensive to retrofit. It's easy to build properly the first time around.
And that's what we keep saying is so like keep us in your deck, in your dance. We'll help you.
Yeah.
That's the kind of work we're trying to do until we get funded, you know.